Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we have NG Models new releases, otherwise known as their June 2020 releases. We got some very exciting planes in this update and they are looking absolutely amazing. So let's get into it. Just a little disclaimer, at the end of this video we will have a channel update, just kind of updating you guys on what's going to be coming out on the channel. We're going to start with our 1 to 400 scale models. We have the ASL Airlines Belgium, they're 757-200, retailing for $45.59 in the 1 to 400 scale. This looks to me like a half cargo, half transport airline, with the front of the plane having a little cargo door and the windows being blacked out, or not blacked out, but closed. Cool all gray paint job. It looks really good. It's something a bit different that you don't see very often, and this looks pretty nice actually. It looks really good. Next up, we have a very popular Mexican airline, Mexicana. They have 757-200 in the 1 to 400 scale, retailing for $45.59. Nice livery on Mexicana here. Just nice black, plain, simple, looks good. I think this might be their old livery, but I could be wrong. This plane is without the winglets. As you can see, yeah, no winglets right there. And the Mexicana, cool Mexicana logo on the engine. Next, we have probably my favorite plane in this update. We have the Star Alliance United 737-800. This is in the 1 to 400 scale and retailing for $45.59 also. This is like a cool mix between the United logo, United livery, and the Star Alliance livery. Both two liveries that I absolutely love, and I think this is an absolutely beautiful model and beautiful plane. It looks just so good. I mean, really good. Just that beautiful blue along with... I do like the Star Alliance livery, and it's a nice combination between the United livery and Star Alliance livery. I'm very excited to see how NG Models does on this. I have no doubt that they'll do a good job, and I am very excited to get this model. And I will pre-order it this time, unlike the Alaskan 737, which I regret a bit, but I am still trying to get that, and we will talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video. Next, we have New Gen Airways. Their 1 to 400 scale 737-800, retailing for $45.59. This is with the split scimitars. A really nice livery here, curving from the front of the plane to the back. Ending in the tail. Looks really good. And you can see this is the older version of the 737-800, as it has the eyebrow windows above the cockpit. Right there. Okay. Moving along, we have, I forgot what this was, but it's the Boeing 737-800 in the 1 to 400 scale, retailing for $45.59. And this is, oh, okay, so it's not an airline. That looks like the Chilean flag, I want to say. I very well could be wrong, to be totally fair. But I'm pretty sure that's a Chilean flag. Maybe not. If you guys know what this is, definitely hit me up in the comments. You guys know what it is. Nice blue paint job, though. Looks good, just clean running from front to back. Okay. We'll move on with Hana and Shanxi Airlines. I'm pretty sure Shanxi is just an offset of Hana. As you'll see, it's the same livery in a minute. Both Boeing 737-800s, both 1 to 400, and both retailing for $45.59. Here we have the Hana Airlines. I think this is my second favorite livery in this update. My first being kind of the United one. I think that one is just so cool. But this has really cool and just kind of running front to back with that little curve, and then with the cool and then red at the back with the yellow kind of logo or decals on the wing too. It looks really good. Here you'll see the Shanxi Airlines. I think it might be Hana Airlines in just a different language. I could be wrong, but that might be what it is. With the same livery, as you can see. These are two different planes. Another really cool one on this list, we have the UAE, United Arab Emirates 7879, retailing for $1 to $400, or retailing for $55 in the 1 to 400 scale. This is basically equivalent to Air Force One in the UAE terms. Looks really nice. Just those huge, I love those big Rolls-Royce engines. I think they look absolutely amazing. Yeah. Next, we have two Bamboo Airways 7879s, retailing for $55 both, or both retailing for $55 in the 1 to 400 scale. Now, the one at the bottom there is the first 7879 that Bamboo Airways got, named the Ha Long Bay, and the top one is the second 7879 that Bamboo Airways got with the name Samsun Beach. I guess we'll start with the bottom one because it was the first one. As you can kind of see, a special decal here with first 787. I think Bamboo Airways has an absolutely phenomenal paint job. Everything from that cool green at the back to the nice blue engines, along with that white and blue. It looks really good. And I mean, who doesn't like Bamboo Airways? That's kind of such a cool airline name. It is. I'm pretty sure that's the Vietnam flag right there. And it is Vietnamese airline, actually. And here we have the second 7879 that Bamboo Airways got. 7 livery, it just doesn't have the first 787. I want to know, which would you guys rather have? Would you guys rather have the one that doesn't say first 787? Or would you guys want the one that's kind of like the quote-unquote special livery? I know I think it would be cool to have the one that says first 787, but that is just my opinion. Here we have the Etihad Manchester City 7879 in the 1 to 400 scale, retailing for $55. So I don't know, I'll put it up on the screen right here now, but NG Models actually went out on their Instagram and asked how many colors were in this live, or how many different blues were in this tail. And I think that's something really cool, how NG really listens to the community and asks for their opinion. I think that's really cool how they do that. It'll be up on the screen now, and take a look at that. I think this is I love blue, so it's a phenomenal livery. It looks really good. And Manchester City is just such a cool city with those big Rolls-Royce engines too. Okay. Next up, we have 3 Wizz A321s. One is the CEO and 2 of the Neos, or otherwise the CEO is otherwise known as the one A321-200. All 1 to 400 scale, all retailing for $45.59. All are a tiny bit different. As you can see, this is the CEO. This is kind of the old one. The old livery, classic Wizz livery. Wizz Air is an airline that operates throughout Europe. I think it's pretty low cost. I would say it's kind of in the middle of low cost carriers in Europe. And it's a cool paint job. I think their livery is much liked, and I like it too. Next we have the Wizz Air A321neo. Same livery, a different flag on the end there if you noticed. Pretty sure that's a Romanian flag, but I could be wrong. Next is my favorite one. I don't know, I just like the nose cone. I think it's just different. It has, the only difference between this and the other one was this has the pink nose cone, or they call it red, but I think we can all agree it's kind of pink. So yeah, that looks very good. And I don't know, I just like the nose cone. It's cool. It's just something a bit different. The second one that I will also be getting on this list, if I didn't say earlier, I will definitely be getting the United 737, and I am super excited about it this time, and I will pre-order it this time, more importantly. I will also be getting the JetBlue A320-200 in the 1 to 400 scale, also retailing for $45.59. This is the JetBlue Prism livery, or the Prism tail, actually. So one fun thing that JetBlue does is they do those tails instead of doing totally different libraries, which they do have some totally different libraries, but instead of always doing totally different libraries, each of their plane has a different tail. And this one is called the Prism tail. Super cool that they do that. I think it's great that NG Models is expanding to some other American airlines, other than, American, United, and Delta, the big three. A couple other people who do the tail differentials are obviously Frontier, if you know, and a couple other ones that I just can't think of them right now. But I think it's great how NG Models is expanding and doing some airlines like Southwest, Alaska, and JetBlue. And I hope they expand to some low-cost carriers such as Spirit, Frontier, and Allegiant eventually in the future. Those will come a little bit later, but I need some low-cost carriers. They're kind of hard to get, and I need some for airport updates. So I'm hoping they'll do that eventually. Absolutely great model, as you can see right here, Prism tail. If you want to look at all the tails, you can go to JetBlue, their website, and they have all the different tails named, and they have the different planes that they have the different tails on. Also, JetBlue names all their planes, and the name is right there. Although we cannot read it, you definitely will be able to with how good NG Models does. Okay, beautiful JetBlue, really good. Looks really good. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. A321-200. Next is our super cool livery, the BMI, British Mainland Airways, I'm pretty sure. But they have an amazing livery. I'm pretty sure, really quickly, this is in the 1/400 scale, retailing for $55. And this is an A330-200. I love British Mainland's livery. Everything from the British flag. It's just really nice color combo with that red, white, blue, and light blue. It just looks really good. And that'll be something I'll want to add to my collection just because it's such a cool livery in the future. But it is super nice plane. Moving into our 1-200s, getting close to the bottom of our list, we have Volkswagen Air Services Dassault Falcon 7X in the 1-200 scale, retailing for $68. Volkswagen, if you guys don't know, is a German car brand. As you can see, the German flag there. I actually didn't know they do air services. But the Dassault Falcon is such a cool plane with its 3 jet engines being such a small plane. You gotta love that turbofan engine on that tail wing. Next we have the United States Coast Guard, the C-37B in the 1-200 scale. All the 1-200 scales are $68, just putting that out there now. I believe this looks a lot to me, definitely like a Gulfstream. I think Gulfstream probably specially made these for the United States to use in their Coast Guard. I think this is such a cool plane. I like Gulfstreams. I think they look really good. And the Coast Guard livery looks really good too. As you can see, the American flag back there, and it says United States Coast Guard. Not last, but second to last, we have the CRJ-200LR and the United Nations CRJ-200LR. 1-200 scale, retailing for $68. Just a plain white livery with the UN, otherwise known as the United Nations. Looks just nice, simple plane. Sorry about that. Looks good. And last but not least, we have JAL, which is J-Air, which is JAL Japan Airlines regional carrier. This is their new livery. This is their old livery. Their new livery looks even better. Not to say this one looks bad. This is their CRJ-200ER. This is in the 1-200 scale, retailing for $68. Okay, quick channel update for you guys. So I had talked about in some previous videos about getting the Alaska 737-800. So as you can see here, it's still available on NG Models. As you can see, available right there, Alaskan. But the company that I buy planes from has already sold out of it. They are back ordering it, so sorry about that. I will get it when they back order it and when it's in. Just so you guys know, that's going to be a tiny bit late. This time I will pre-order the Star Alliance, the United Star Alliance livery in the 737. That looks an absolutely amazing plane. and the JetBlue A321. I will definitely pre-order those. So make sure to get those and we can unbox those. That will come in early July though, because if you guys don't know, NG Models usually releases their June releases either in the last week of June or in the first weeks of July. Something that I prefer, like, for their June releases to be early June, but yeah, it's okay. I think it makes more sense like that, but here's what it is. It kind of splits it up because Gemini Jets is at the beginning and beginning of the month, and NG Models is at the end of the month, so it splits it up nicely. What else? We are still trying to get that airport update together. We're getting some of those planes. That will be coming out hopefully kind of mid to late July. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, and we're going to make sure you stay tuned for the photo gallery, or not really photo gallery, but you'll get a close-up of all the planes. It's going to look really good. Thank you so much for watching the video till the end. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you enjoy the content on this channel. Now we're going to roll the photo gallery.